Nothing ushers in the Halloween spirit quite like a good old-fashioned hayride through the autumn harvest. But if the traditional ride isn't quite getting your juices flowing, there's only one place to go. Welcome to Blake's nighttime spooky hayride, the 3-level haunted barn, the scariest and most haunted attraction in Macomb County.
Here at Blake's, we've got the whole fall theme. You know, we've got your cider and donuts, we've got your pumpkin patches. You know, you can bring your whole family out and enjoy the evening. Some of my competitors are just in strip malls, you know, and yeah, you still get the scared feeling, but you're not getting the whole Halloween feeling.
For over 2 decades, this creep show compound has been widely regarded as Macomb County's most over-the-top haunted attraction.
They bought this property about 22 years ago, and I was doing another haunted hayride at the time, and Blake's had found out about me because I was working at a mask factory too and making masks. And the Blakes had called me and said, you know, we want to do something with this property. You know, the barn was a horse barn at the time. You know, it had stalls and still equipment in it. And this all used to be peach orchards. But about 12 years ago, the peaches went bad. We had a really bad winter, so all the peach trees died, so we had to plant a lot of corn. And corn's more fun, too, because they can hide better in the corn, and people are naturally afraid of that corn. So I've been doing it here at Blake's for like 19 years. This is our 19th season.
So you think the hayride is extreme? You won't believe what goes on behind the scenes to pull off this tour de force of terror.
We've got this, you know, huge prop room now. We actually started out in a little chicken coop, you know, and had only like 5 or 6 actors and maybe had 4 or 5 scenes. Where now I have over 75 actors and over 35 scenes and then 12 scenes in the barn. So we keep growing and growing and we get better and better every year.
My job is basically to jump up and distract people so somebody can pop up behind them and just generally be a menace. You sneak up on the ones you think are going to scream the loudest, and they kind of get all the other ones going. Then you go for the little kids because that tweaks with their parents. My favorite part of the attraction is cornering people to the point where they're about to pee in their pants. Get a couple of those.
The hayride is really what I feel is the best part because a lot of people from the city want to come out. A lot of people have never been out in a cornfield, you know, where I grew up in a cornfield, it's normal to me. But to be able to scare in a hayride is a lot harder because you don't have that claustrophobia effect, you know. And everything has to be big and large and loud and, you know, big scenes like with the pyrotechnics and the illusions that we put off. We have so much more freedom in the hayride than we do within the confines of the barn.
Man-eating monsters, stomach-churning makeup, mind-blowing scenery. No, you're not on the set of the latest Hollywood slasher flick. You're at Blake's haunted 3-level barn. This horror movie's victim is you. The haunted barn promises the horror show of a lifetime.
There's basically what I've learned through my years, and I've had a lot of good people to teach me, Tom Savini, Dick Smith, you know, kind of like my people that I've always idolized and have had time to spend with them. There's 3 different kinds of scares. There's a startle scare, which is real easy to do. The old Alfred Hitchcock scare you know, where it's out of nowhere, you've got something. My background's in theater, so I set up all of my scenes like theater scenes. You know, they're actors that come out, they have a scene left, scene right, and they learn, you know, what are your words in this, you know, what are your lines, you know, what's your motivation, and they're just basically crazy people. But startles are the easiest ones. Then we have diversion scares. Diversion scares is I'm going to give you something to look at, something really big to look at, like our Jack in the Box. Our Jack in the Box, you know, everybody thinks Jack in the Box, you know, it pops up from the top. But what we do is we divert you up here to the top, so everybody's looking for that Jack in the Box to come out. And when it's supposed to come out with the music, we set off a pyrotechnic. And since your eyes are already adjusted to the dark, this is now I'm blurring your vision, you know. I'm dilating your eyes so you're not adjusted to the dark anymore. And then I send a clown right out the middle at you, and you're not expecting him to come there. So that's a diversion scare. And the third one that I basically work off a lot is my illusion scares. Illusions are things that seem to be real, but they're not real. No, I'm not really chopping people's heads off. You know, I'm really not hanging anyone. Those things, you know, through a lot of magic tricks and things like that I've learned through illusionists, we can convince people that it looks darn close, you know. But you get a lot of people skepticals on the wagon. That's not real. Well, of course not. You know, we don't have a suicide hotline we're working with, but.
Located in the middle of nowhere, this place draws over 1,000 people a night for a fear emporium you can only find in Michigan. And every square inch of these 500 acres is haunted.
People love that adrenaline rush. You know, there is, you know, in your brain you have chemicals that are let off when you are afraid and when you've got that anticipation feeling. So people love that. You know, they really want to do that. You know, even the big tough football player type guy comes in with his girlfriend, you know, I'm tough, but I am going to scare you. I am going to find a way to startle you. You know, that's kind of like, you know, that's a mental thing, you know, being startled, but a chemical reaction is being scared in your body and getting that adrenaline.
The whole barn is pretty sweet. I like how it's 3 levels and whatnot, and excellent place to come to.
The scary part? When there was like the hole and then the hole and then like the guy jumped down and there was another guy and you can just like move from there both pretty grab it.
You better not fall asleep. And if you do, you better leave the lights on.